evening and welcome to News Geelong. Tonight we are at St Mary's of the Angels Basilica, the largest place of worship in our city of Geelong. And yes, it is last Thursday night when people of Geelong gathered here at St Mary's Basilica to make their reflections and their gestures from a personal viewpoint regarding horrific fires that have happened across our state of Victoria on Saturday the 7th of February 2009. The irony, the 7th day of the second month, 7 plus 2 equals 9. Why was it the southeast corner of Victoria? We look back on the 40 years commemoration we had earlier in January of the 1969 Lara bushfires. We remember the Ash Wednesday bushfires of 1983. But Victoria, Australia, has never seen such a natural disaster as we have seen throughout the Victorian bushfires in the past week. Tonight we are gathered at St Mary's Basilica of the Angels, all denominations, for an evening and a dedication of prayer. And to quote Father Kevin Dillon, for people who value prayer of any description, part of the value of prayer is that it gives people the grace to respond generously. Stay with us on News Geelong as we celebrate and commemorate this very special time for all of you in Victoria that have been touched directly, indirectly or in any way by the tragedy of Saturday the 7th of February 2009.
In the past few years, people of the city of Geelong have gathered here at St Mary's for a variety of reasons on a number of occasions. Sadly, the joyous ones, like in the last week of September 2007, are outnumbered by the very difficult and sad ones, such as the reason that brings us here tonight. September the 11th, Bali bombing, the tsunami, and now perhaps the event which will probably hit home to us more and more as time goes on, as we establish and hear of different connections, as we have time to read the many, many stories that have been published in the last few days and will continue to be published. Stories of courage, stories of sacrifice, stories of heartbreak. I was talking to the children today, both at St Mary's and St Robert's primary schools, and I said, hang on to the papers, not just for this week or next month, but hang on to them for a long time to come, because those stories will touch us the whole time. They've been, even little children, preps and grade ones are a part of a very sad part of history. And our papers have photographs of children in prep and grade 1 who are no longer able to go to school. But we come together to pray for lots of things which will be expressed during the course of this evening. And I welcome all of you, and I thank you for coming at obviously extremely short notice, not a great deal of opportunity to get the word out, and it's tremendous to see so many people gathered here in this building, which sees a lot of joy and a lot of sadness, but primarily it is here a place of prayer. Particularly, I'm delighted to welcome several parliamentarians, Mr Peter Kavanagh, Mr John Aaron, and Councillor John Mitchell, the Mayor of the City of Greater Geelong, will speak in a few moments, and other councillors, Councillor Stretch Contell, Councillor Jan Farrell, Councillor Barbara Abley, Councillor Rod McDonald and Councillor Andy Richards. Also from the City, Stephen Griffin, the General Manager of Corporate Services, and David Hanna, the Acting General Manager of City Services. Very special welcome to a group of people who were to meet this week in Beechworth, would you believe? And for obvious reasons, the conference of delegates from 10 Asia-Pacific nations for a parliamentary financial scrutiny, I think, is basically the topic that they're working through from 10 nations, and there's parliamentarians, auditors general, senior public servants, and they're here with us tonight, and just very delighted, and thank you for coming. We're very honoured to have you with us tonight through the auspices of Mr. Peter Loney. We have an apology from two people who had hoped to be here, three actually. Kay Rundle, the Chief Executive Officer of the City, Richard Miles, and also Lisa Neville were late apologies due to, obviously, for so many people, many demanding and conflicting commitments. So we're here primarily to support one another. We're here in a place of prayer to pray. And maybe we're here also to gather a sense of, maybe an overused word, but a sense of energy, an energy to do a lot, not to just do something, but to do a lot, and to recognise that will be required over a long period of time. I don't know about you, but for me it's been a gradual thing of sinking in the enormity of what we've witnessed, to think it was just a few days ago, just 5 days ago, and well, we're just hoping and praying that those who have been spared will be given the grace of God and the help of so many like us who will help them to put life back together again as best they can. Very pleased to ask to come to the sanctuary Councillor John Mitchell, the Mayor of the City of Greater Geelong.
We want you to be quite certain about those who have died, to make sure you do not grieve about them like those who have no hope. We believe that Jesus died and rose again, and that it will be the same for those who have died in Jesus. God will bring them with him. We can tell you this from the Lord's own teaching, so we shall stay with the Lord forever. With such thoughts as these, you should comfort one another. This is the word of the Lord.